Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Aisha, and I am an urban gardener growing on about 154 square feet of space in my backyard. Today, I am winter sowing some flowers along with one vegetable. What winter sowing is starting your seeds outside in some type of container that can be used as a small greenhouse. And so once you plant them and you put them outside, when the weather is the temperature that it should be for the seeds to germinate, you will notice that you'll start seeing germination inside of the container. You do not need the tops of the containers, only the containers, because this is how you're going to get air into the container as well as any moisture from outside. So rain, snow, sleet, it's going to go down into your container and keep your soil wet. So the other thing you're going to need is some tape. So I have duct tape. It is black, but even the regular duct tape is a dark gray, so I think I should be fine. Last year I did use regular duct tape, but I don't think we're going to have a problem with this one. You're going to need scissors, and I'm trying to get my duct tape open. I was not prepared. You're going to need scissors, and I used perlite on the top of my soil to hold in the moisture last year. And then of course you're gonna need soil. Mine is on the ground beside me because it's still in the bag. So last year I did winter sow, and at first I was like, I'm not doing this again because it's just so wasteful. But reality is it's only wasteful if you plant too many seeds. It felt very wasteful last year, and it was also a bit hard to separate the plants. So I am going to plant way less seeds in my containers this year, and I think that will alleviate and eliminate the issue that I felt was an issue last year that really wasn't. All right, so when you start, you're going to cut. If you're using a milk jug, you're going to cut right at the end of the milk jug and go all the way around your container so that the milk jug opens. You can put your soil in, plant your seeds, sprinkle a little perlite, and then tape the bottle together. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You're also going to want to make sure you make holes for drainage. So actually I'm going to do that first. It's much easier. So just put some holes in the bottom of your container. I think you can see. Probably not the safest way to do it, but it's what I did last year and what I'm doing this year. I've seen people do this with drills, and I do have a drill. I'm just not going to go and get my drill. So now you're just going to want to, right there at the edge, get a hole and cut around the container. It would have been better if I hadn't bent this, but we'll get it. As long as it's somewhere, some type of straight, because you have to tape it back up. So at least if it's close. So there you go. I cut it a little bit and I stopped a little bit before the handle because now I can bend it open. And I'm gonna put my soil in. My soil, like I said, is in a bag. And you don't have to fill it all the way up to the top. You just need to make sure there's enough soil in it to give the plant some space as it's growing. So there you have it. That's my soil. This was a little bit wet, so I didn't want to wet it anymore. But I do have a little bit of water I was drinking earlier. So I'll just pour that in there. It's probably going to be on the table. But you do want to make sure your soil is wet because this is going outside. And if you don't pay attention and you don't water, then of course your seeds won't germinate when it's time. So I got a little bit of water coming out the bottom, which isn't a big deal to me. Okay, so I'm gonna go first with my artichoke. So artichoke are gonna go in here, and I'll tell you what else I'm planting because I know you don't want to watch me plant a million different seeds. I'm going to do asters. I have a violet one and an apricot one. I'm gonna do some delphinium as well, And so these are a Pacific Giant blend and a Butterfly blend. So I'm gonna do all of those in the winter sowing method. I will probably also do some of my herbs off camera. I did a lot of herbs last year and they did really good in the winter sowing method. And we all know, or you may know, that some herbs take a long time to germinate. And so it's easier and less hassle to do them in the winter sowing method. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Artichoke seeds, if I remember correctly from last year, are a little bigger. So that's a plus considering I want to limit the amount that I'm planting. So they are a little bit bigger. Hope you can see that. So I only want one plant, I think. I think I only want one plant. So I'm going to plant 3 seeds in here so that if one doesn't germinate, that leaves me 2. And then if I have 2 and I get them planted out and something happens, then I have a backup. All right. The other thing you're gonna need is a black magic marker, which I do not have because I thought I was prepared, but it wasn't. So I will write on these after we're done. But the point is, you need a black magic marker to write the name on here. Or if you want to put a label inside of your container, you can do that too. Or if you just know what they look like, what your seedlings look like, and you'll know what the plant is, you don't even have to label. I am not one of those people, so I am going to label. So then I'm just going to take a little bit of perlite and sprinkle it across the top to help with moisture. All right. So that's what I'm gonna do there. You don't need a whole lot. I might be overdoing it a little bit. All right, so that's one down. So now we're gonna take this container, kind of put it back together, and whatever tape you use, just make sure it won't come off in the rain and stuff, because you want your bottle to stay together until you're ready to open it. I cannot find the end of this, so we're gonna make an end and then you'll know once we start pulling it where it is. All right, so we got it. You're just gonna wanna hold your container together, start taping it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, trust me. Mine was not perfect last year, and it worked just fine. Uh-oh. Also, well, I guess we'll be using all of those aster seeds because my packet got wet. It's okay, I've had them since last year. They're beautiful though. So we're gonna tape it up. These seeds have been in my refrigerator for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Should have left them a little bit longer, but we're getting kind of down to the time frame you need to have them out. So that's it right there. As long as it's closed back up, you have winter sown your vegetables. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them down in the comments below. I try to answer questions throughout the week, but if not, I will answer them on Saturdays when my new video uploads. All right, thank you very much. Oh, don't forget to visit me on Instagram at Miss MS Asia Spratley. I post over there every day about the things going on in the garden. So have a wonderful week. Thank you very much. Bye. This is so ridiculous.